Hi everyone, this is Mr. Ege, and on this third video of 3D Studio Max rocket simulation activity, I'm going to demonstrate my last settings on the rocket model. Uh, the last settings on the rocket model is I'm setting right now uh, this velocity, initial velocity of the rocket, okay, to 800 meter per second. And initial velocity is extremely important considering the gravitational deceleration, uh, 9.81 meter per second squared. Okay, continuously will be subtracted from this initial velocity all the way to the up to the elevation of 36,000 meters. And when it velocity will be decreased to the zero when it reaches to the elevation of 36,000 meters. And I just want to demonstrate this one and how to simulate this. Basically, I'm setting under the advanced features. Okay, here there's an advanced features at the very bottom of the command menu. All right, the rocket has been already selected with the left mouse button. Okay, and I'm on the modify menu. Okay, there's a create menu on the left, on the right side modify menu, and when you go to advanced at the very bottom of the group of commands, velocity is here, and entire velocity I dedicated 800 meters point to the z direction, and the x direction is 0, y direction is 0. This is again the radio button next to the relative has been checked for initial motion. Okay, that will be basically 9.8 minutes meter per second squared will be subtracted from this number, okay, alongside the orbit. I already created this green line, which is a measuring tape, and its length is 135,000 meters. And you're going to see that whether it's reaching there or not. I'm not even sure I'm running this first time. So I'm recording this first time video, and I'm going to see it also myself too. And on the Mass FX tools, you have to have that always. If you don't have it, you need to go to the animation, and you're going to pick it up from the Mass FX and the utilities. This has to be also on so that you can start the animation. I'm not baking yet. Baking is something that you do to establish and enable the entire system, to memorize it and make a movie out of it. Just before we making a movie out of it, okay, I want to see the configuration is done properly or not. First of all, everything will be calculated from scratch at this moment. When I make it, it will be recorded at the very bottom. There's at the very bottom, you get to see uh, frame by frame, entire animation, but it has not been recorded yet. I created a 3,000 frames for recording purposes. And the way to do that, you go to lower left-hand corner right here. I'm sorry, it's outside the recording window. And right here, you click on it and you just set it to total number of frames for 3,000. And basically, at every 1 second, 30 frames will be passing. Okay. So let's take a launch off and click on the start simulation button over here and see how far the our rocket is going to go. Yours may be a little bit different, or the same. I have no idea. We're gonna get to. If you have a problem, you can call me. I'm clicking on it right now, and usually it takes 2 clicks. Okay, there it is, and the entire system right now is moving, and it's hard to see, so that's why I'm going to, but it's going to slow down eventually before it reaches the end of the measuring tape. This measuring tape is very helpful because I have no idea what otherwise how far it is going continuously. And on the lower left hand at the bottom corner, I'm also choosing what get to see what frames is continuing 700. It's about the 700 frames. out of 3,000. But it's slowing down. I can see that. You can too, gradually, because of the gravitational deceleration, minus 9.81, according to Sir Isaac Newton's findings. We're still using that. And I can see right now it's slowing down. And eventually we need to create a camera that's going to travel together with our rocket. It's slowing down. We are on the 2000 frames, 2100. It's coming very close, but literally. So that was velocity of 800. Now it's coming down, and it's started falling down. So 800 meter per second square velocity per second, not square, is not good enough. So I'm going to simply stop this and add a little bit more numbers. Maybe I will try 850, but I'm going to go and take him back to the beginning. So playback, I'm going to click on the playback, and then I'm going to click in the lower left-hand corner that I want to see everything. Show me all button it. Okay, so this is how you do the animation. And when I click bake all and play, everything will be recorded here, but I don't want to record it yet because 800 is not the initial speed that I need to have. It has to be higher than that, perhaps 830, 850. We'll see about that. All right, thank you very much. And I'm suggesting, strongly suggesting you to give it a try and see how it goes. In the meantime, I'm going to create a camera. I'm going to connect it to my rocket. Okay, so once you generate, create the rocket, okay, and you can move it if you want to, okay, up and down, and in the meantime, make sure that the other viewports are essentially adjusted, and particularly, please do not try not to use too much rendered images. So I'm going to change the type, drawing type to line type, perhaps hidden line, okay, or wireframe override. I think this is a better choice right now. So you go to top left corner, top view, okay, and change the line type or rendering type, because every little bit of more information will be used up, okay, for the memory. So that's why we want to free some of the memory, part of the memory. Okay, wireframe override is good, except the main view. And again, here we want to go, instead of default shading, wireframe override. Okay, and this is the main view that we would like to, and you can literally maximize this view. Okay, and we make it single view. And also you're going to need animation, and under animation you'll need Mass Effects toolbar, rigid bodies, utilities, okay, and show the Mass Effect tools. This is important to have it here, okay. And among that area, there's a play button, okay. Just make sure that system plays it, and then you click on the return button, okay, back to space. And when you click on when you select the 3D model, solid model, there's a number of things you can modify it. For example, you can increase the velocity. Okay, initial velocity. You're going to find it under the advanced section. And initially I set it to 770. I'm just changing to 850. Okay, to see how it's going to go. It did not go all the way up to the top of the 36,000 meters. So 850, and all of the 850 meter per second velocity dedicated to z direction. Okay, and then we're going to see how it goes. Also, we would like to create some kind of a camera. That's very important. Okay, and camera. Um, how do you create a camera? Basically, there are multiple cameras. So go to Create tab, and you select the camera. Okay, and physical and target camera is usually is better camera, and you take the target camera, and the lens, you can play with the lens. Okay, and you can just simply focus the lens. Okay, at the center of the gravity, click on it. Okay, and escape key as usual, move the camera is up. And also one of the things you could do, you can just check it out how the camera sees it. Okay, it's not seeing it too well. And uh, you go back to perspective view or top view. Okay, and then make sure that the camera is positioned properly. So you wanna carry your camera view over the rocket. Okay, just like that, and the camera a little bit closer. Okay, and check with your perhaps the front view how it looks, and then take the camera target over, and then take a look at the camera view again one more time. Okay, and the camera is a target, and you're capable of seeing, which is good. And then you can get to the perspective view. Okay, now perspective view give you both view. All right, that's a better view that I can control both. I can see both of them. Now you can adjust the camera basically back and forth, but the most importantly, camera target has to be attached. Okay, because if I move this the rocket up and down, I want the camera target also to move. Okay, so how do I do that? Um, Perhaps I should go to um, motion, okay, and select the position key, right, and position axis also, and X and Y and Z, all of those position axes. And I need to assign a controller. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna continue from where we left, and we created a special camera. For this is a create tab on the top right hand corner on the command menu item, and the cameras are over here. And the particular camera I create is a target camera. Okay, when you click on that, all right, it generates the target option, and I picked as a target as the center of the rocket. Okay, and I located the camera over here, a little bit over here, and I generated a camera lens to 30 degrees. 30 degrees is slightly larger than, gives us a cone of view slightly larger than the size of the rocket. Okay, so this is the first step to generate the camera, target camera. Select the target as the center of the rocket and locate the camera in a reasonable place. So I did all of this on the top view, and the top view will enable me to see the better, okay, the entire camera and the rocket better. And then right after that, I switch to the right view, okay, and and the right view enables me to see even better the relationship and the target position and the camera position. Okay, you can also switch the view, okay, to the camera view, which is going to look like something like this. Okay, and I'm going back to the right view. Okay, and after that, the camera itself, I'm hitting the escape key right now and pressing the air. The camera itself has to be connected directly uh, to the motion path. Okay, for that to happen, okay, if you press the right mouse button, there's a select camera target. Okay, in the screen menu, you click on that and you click on the rocket so that the camera target is connected, attached to the rocket. Okay, that's one thing. Second, you want the camera to move up together, okay, with the rocket. All right. To do that is that we have a motion path over here, okay, and then I move my cursor over the right mouse button, okay, and within the modifier list, there's a link. There's a link, and I had to click on the link so that the entire camera can be linked to motion of the camera, linked to the rocket. Okay. So when you click on the camera, press the right mouse button, and right here, apply the camera correction modifier, and that gives you an access to the link. Okay, that link. Okay, after you click on the link, you select okay, the the rocket. Okay, so now let's take a look at the motion. Okay, and I click on the play button twice. Sometimes it takes twice because it has to do the math together. The math. I'm choosing the rocket and pressing the move command. Okay, both of them are moved. Okay, playback, and now I'm changing my um, view to camera view. That's how it's supposed to look, and then play the play button. And basically, camera is following the rocket, and as rocket goes higher and higher and higher, camera also follows it. Okay, and eventually at one point it's going to stop reaching to the maximum height, and then it's going to start coming back. All right, it's going to take a while because it's a 36,000 meters trip. and it's going to slow down as it goes to higher and higher. And at one point, it's going to stop and then play back. Now, I'm going to demonstrate the beginning again. Okay, this is what we did. And I'm going to go change the camera view to right view. Okay. And again, one last thing to when you add a special camera okay, make sure that you select a target camera, and then when you select the camera, okay, press the right mouse button and select the camera target, and then click on the rocket, and then click on the apply camera correction modifier, and then again select the rocket again second time around so that camera, okay, follows the rocket. Okay, so is everybody clear on this one? Let's give it a try. If there's any trouble, please call me, okay, and I will make sure that I'll work with this on this, and have a great day.